6:20, welcome back. So 17 members of Congress were arrested outside the U.S. Supreme Court during an abortion rights protest. This was in D.C. So among those arrested, San Diego Congresswoman Sara Jacobs. KUSI's Teresa Sardina spoke with her. She's here with that conversation. Hi, Teresa.
Well, there was a total of 35 people that were taking part in this abortion rights protest, and 17 of them in Congress. And I actually spoke with Congresswoman Sara Jacobs today, and we were talking about, the ruling really doesn't affect women in California. So why was it so important for you to be out there? And she says she's going to do whatever it takes to stand up for women's rights and for pro-choice. And according to the U.S. Capitol Police, demonstrators were arrested for crowding and obstructing, blocking the use of a street. And when I spoke with Jacobs this afternoon, she says police warned them several times that if they didn't stop blocking the intersection, they would be arrested. And Jacobs says she stayed because she felt it was important to continue to exercise her First Amendment right and making her voice heard. And she was taken away, arrested, released. She has to pay a fine this week or appear in court. Jacobs and I continued the conversation.
As a congresswoman, don't you feel a little extreme to put yourself out there to get arrested?
I think in this moment where we are seeing real harm that this decision is having on people across the country, where we are seeing 10-year-old rape victims having to go across state lines to access health care that they need, where we are seeing women literally bleeding out and dying in hospitals because their doctors can't give them the health care that they need, that it's important that we as leaders show that we understand the urgency and the gravity of this moment. There are three things we need to do. The first is we need to codify the right to abortion to law. We need to codify Roe v. Wade into law. The House of Representatives passed that, and we're working with our colleagues in the Senate and passed as well. Second, we know that overturning Roe v. Wade is not the end of what this radical extreme Supreme Court is trying to do. They've said that they're interested in looking at the right to contraception, the right to marry who you love. And so we are working right now to codify all those other rights before they get taken away. So just this week, the House passed the Respect for Marriage Act that would codify the right to marry who you love. It had bipartisan support. Tomorrow, we'll be voting on a right to contraception bill that I'm really proud to be co-leading. And we also have to recognize that we already know that Kevin McCarthy, that Mitch McConnell said if they get into power, they are planning, they want to put in place a federal abortion ban with no exemptions. And that will impact us in California too.
So after she was arrested and released, she took to Twitter. Just take a look. She says, "I won't stop fighting to protect reproductive health care, including the right to an abortion. And I will proudly put my body on the line to make it clear just how urgently we need to act. Hashtag bans off our bodies. Hashtag we won't go back." And on her next tweet, she says, "Today I was proud to join my colleagues and take a stand for reproductive rights. Being arrested won't deter us from this fight. We will not stop until we get these hashtag bans off our bodies." And Jacob says she's not done. She's hoping the bills that she's bringing to the floor will go into law, which will protect the use of contraceptions, which I plan to follow up with her on later this week. And we'll have the story at KUSI.com. Reporting in the studio tonight, Teresa Sardina, KUSI News.
All right, thank you, Teresa.